Welcome to Humans of Goa in another episode where today we are meeting with Armand, who is a known figure in Goa for his political views and his associations with Goa politics. Thanks, Armand, for
Thank you.
meeting
Thank you
with us.
for coming over. Pleasure.
Thank you so much. So, Armand, the time has come just before elections, like rains, where the politicians move to different parties, and it is this time it's more than what it is. What do you see this move as, from major names going from one party to another?
I think one of the main reasons why this is happening is that we have an extremely unpopular government today.
Okay.
The BJP is extremely unpopular, number one. And number two, we have a new entrant. So really the new entrant is pitching itself as an alternative to the Modi government in the center. So obviously the moves are furious. So that's exactly what's happening. There's a lot of people are concerned but also watching with eagerness as to what's going to come out of all this.
Yeah, so we're talking names like the Puti Gaonkars, the big names like your Kiran Kandolkar. You know, these people moving to parties has strengthened the parties for sure, but has it not weakened the other parties?
I remember working on the Congress plan for some time now, and about 3-4 months back, Congress was actually, as per survey reports, they were actually touching 2021.
Yeah.
But I think one of the biggest losers in the last few months has been the Congress. The way they have handled it, the way they have mismanaged, the correct word. I have lots of good friends like Girish Chodankar, is a great guy, but complete disarray in the Congress right now.
Yeah.
They have collapsed in the eyes of people, and they collapsed also in terms on the ground with politicians moving away from them.
Right. You one time a great supporter of the Bharatiya Janata Party, in specific Manohar Parrikar. Then you were briefly supporting Vijay Sardesai, and now with anti-BJP movement that you're taking a stand, you are pro-Congress. How do you see all these parties, and what do you think is the alternative? Why did you really move to BJP to all these alliances?
I was never with BJP, to be very frank with you. I was enamored initially in 2000 when Vajpayee came over. I don't think anyone would not be inspired by Vajpayee.
Yeah.
So when Atal Bihari was there, we were really smitten by him. But not with the ideology. We were never with the ideology. And thereafter, when Parrikar came back on the 2012 trail, I supported him because I really believed that he would have done a great job, especially after the first term in 2000. So that's how we supported him in 2012. I even created the slogan MP for PM, which is Manohar Parrikar for Prime Minister, in 2008, much before he was even the Chief Minister of Goa. But sadly, big disappointment. I mean, personally, I always had regard for Mr. Parrikar, but I think the slide of Goa has taken place with him, started with him.
Right. And in 2017, you were then anti-BJP.
I was clearly anti-BJP, yes.
And you went into support to Vijay Sardesai.
Not really. I was supporting anyone who could defeat the BJP.
Right.
I was not with
But
BJP.
your idea of Goenka Pond plus his idea of Goenka Pond were kind of similar. So it was like
It was in fact Goenka Pond was started by us. I mean, Goenka Pond is not of course Goenka Pond is not of course my prerogative or my brand. Goenka Pond is about all of us. But we first made it popular in 2017. We had a song which is a song of the lines of We Are the World. 32 singers sang 32 different lines, and the words were so emotional. People actually soon after Vijay jumped into the BJP, there were lots of people disappointed with him, and they called me and said, "Congratulations, Armand, you have at least kept the life of Goenka Pond alive with this song." But no, there was never any understanding between Vijay and us. In fact, I personally believe that we started Goenka Pond much before we even thought about it.
But what happened wrong with Congress now that you're quite vocal about?
In fact, I worked very closely with Reginald. That was in August this year. We had a lovely team. I had my advertising friends from Bombay. The whole idea was, if there has to be a secular front and a strong opposition which can take power in 2024 across India, then it had to be the Congress.
Yeah.
I mean, I always doubted the Congress, not the philosophy, but the congressmen. That was always in doubt, the corruption. That's how we went against Digambar Kamat's government in 2007 out of disgust with what was happening.
Yes.
So that feeling was still there. And it was there even now when I was working closely. But our idea was to try and work something out that we could have power, something that could defeat the BJP at the center. And that's the reason I went towards the Congress. But again, disappointed. Sadly so.
So now, where are you right now? What is your, because this crucial elections, as you know, Goa is the brink of the whole ideology of Goa is going to be extinct with the kind of influx of people and the cultures. It is a crucial time for a stable government to be there.
Absolutely, and the way we look at it, it's unbelievable to think that this could be a complete mess.
Yeah.
So right now I have moved away from the Congress because I had made a statement in advance that if there was an association, or not an association, but alliance with the Goa Forward Party, that I would quit. Because I was against the 16B notification of the Town and Country Planning Act and so many other things, including formalin. So I was against the fact that a GFP could be kept alive. But I was not against Vijay entering the Congress en bloc.
Okay.
So I have nothing against Vijay personally, but the policies. So you left a Goa Forward Party with 1-2 seats, and Amit Shah puts a gun on anyone's head, they would jump. So the chances of him remaining with the Congress would be that much more difficult if it was in an alliance format.
Right.
So the moment the alliance was so-called announced, I still hope that they don't go ahead with the alliance.
Right.
And that they insist on Vijay to merge. But when that was announced, I said that was enough for me. I said this is not going anywhere. And the various names that we suggested, I suggested some beautiful names, including Ramakant Konkar in Santandrem, Arturo de Souza in Santa Cruz. They're all good people. So maybe we are not politicians. I'm not a politician. So I am suggesting people who I would say that they are guys who are really going to do something good for Goa.
Right.
But political parties don't see it that way. So all these friends of mine who I really thought would have done wonders for the Congress, I think the Congress has lost a chance to bring these good forces, these good people into their
But
fold.
isn't it difficult for Congress right now because they are lacking leaders now? They were first excess of leaders, but now they're lacking leaders. At this time, what do you suggest for Congress?
They should have gone for new blood. I thought this was a great opportunity to get some new people, and they're still moving in the past. They're still moving as per their old strategies. Their old strategies is winnability. So I asked the Congress party, including my friend Girish, he's still my friend, very good friend. I told him, I said, if the party cannot support a good activist, then what's the use of the party?
Yeah.
The party should give the strength to good people, which is not happening, and which has not happened. So you're going back to this square one. You're going to, I don't want to mention names, but so many names that are coming up in the Congress table right now, which are disappointing. The people like me can't accept that.
So now there are new entrants. We have the TMC, and AAP is already one election old. How do you see this new changes in Goa politics?
At this point of time, one of the main things is how can we have an effective opposition to BJP in the center. And looking at the whole political spectrum, I think one person who can definitely do that is Mamata Banerjee.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not really gone fully in depth. I'm still studying the TMC philosophy. But like say for example, if Manmohan Singh was the Prime Minister today, it would not be, I don't think Mamata would even have been seen as a national leader. But since Modi is the Prime Minister now, we require a counterpoint to Modi, so you require feistiness of Mamata's style. So that's how she's now being projected as a possible Prime Minister. So this is where it is. So I am, you can say, I was enamored with Mamata even before. Okay. When she won her West Bengal elections, we celebrated here. So when people like IPAC came to see me and said, Arman, you must join, I said, I'm all in admiration of Mamata. But what is it going to do to the polity in Goa? Right. That was my only doubt.
Right. You're looking at the long-term perspective of 2024 too, but this time we have a lot of new parties also joining. I just have to name a few, like the Revolution Goans. You have got the Go Into Awas, and even MGP. Now they are single seat, but they are going to contest. We have heard 9 seats with the TMC. So these all, there are some people, some criticize it as vote-breaking strategies. Do you think this is the main idea of having such parties coming up in Goa?
I mean, that was a feeling, but I feel Mamata is positioning herself as a possible leader of a unified Congress. That's what I think. I may be completely wrong, because Lucian Ferrero made that statement. Maybe he was not a national leader to make a statement of that side, but I'm just trying to read what they've been talking. And I think that's exactly what is needed. a unified Congress.
No.
So can it happen is a big question. We are too small people to even discuss that.
Yeah.
But I thought that the idea is now being thrown about the way she's been behaving, Prime Ministerial. I saw a photograph of her and Adani a few days back, and I think that's a clear point that she's positioning herself as a Prime Minister. Because if she was just the Chief Minister of Bengal, I don't think she would have even dared to go near Adani. She would have said no touch to Adani. But that she is presenting herself as a Prime Minister, she has to deal with all this. So very soon you will definitely see her with Ambani next.
Right.
So this is what's happening.
Right. So she's kind of TMC is trying to project as an alternative, but in Goa it will be some time, don't you think, before TMC and AAP makes a big mark?
It all depends. I think they're getting pretty good numbers. I know, again, I would not like to mention names, but some prominent Congress men and Congress workers and Congress aspirants are leaving the Congress because there seems to be a void of leadership, and I think even a good man like Chodankar is now on the back foot.
Right.
So there is certainly a major problem with the leadership at the top in Goa, definitely, and I think similarly at the center.
Right. So this last question is kind of all prediction. But as per you, what seats you're looking for BJP, Congress, and the rest of the parties this time?
I thought
what is your prediction?
This was a election that BJP was almost certain to lose, but they have clawed back. They have certainly clawed back. They are very much the front runners, but they are losing ground. They are definitely losing ground now. Whether Congress can actually put a united front, I have my serious doubts about that. So I see a dark horse in the TMC, and I hear the TMC may also deal with AAP. AAP has never been my favorite, but if it's an AAP, TMC and NCP combined, it becomes a formidable combination. So
what are the numbers?
If there's a big if there.
Sole prediction. That's it.
Yes. No, I would say that if TMC picks up a good CM candidate, I think TMC could go to 7-8 seats.
Okay.
Congress may be around the same amount. I would still say that BJP will touch about 13-14, which makes them the front runner for the next government, which is of course sad news for me. Okay. I really wish that the BJP can be defeated. Okay. But I don't think it might not happen, because the moment they touch 10, they become, can I use the word vultures? Yeah. They'll become vultures in the political scenario.
Right, horse trading happens, but thank you so much, Arman, for your time. I think so we've got a good idea about the situation, and we hope you best for this election.
I really wish, of course, our whole game, people like us are not politicians.
Yeah.
We are now close to the political periphery, much closer than we were in the past. But I really hope that we can, save this land. Yeah. This is what is the whole aim of this. Because right now, 16B and all these type of things that are happening is a complete destroyer of what people like us stand for. So let's hope that the people rise and elect a government with their wisdom for the good of Goa.
Let's see what happens in Goa election 2022, and until next time, stay safe.